Here it's a boy Leumasmyth again, and I'm live here. Yeah, it's another episode of Creative Mavens Talkshop, and you know, we have another legend coming on this one. So we have a lot coming. I have a lot of episodes we've done in the past. You can check them out on my YouTube channel, my Instagram here, and a lot of my other social media platforms. But this one is a big one. You have to stay tuned. Watch the end. You have to follow us to the end of the talk shop. Oh my god. So as we are waiting for him, let me see you guys rolling in. Let me start seeing your comments and lots more. Yeah. Yo, I think he's here. Oh my god.
Hey,
Yo,
man.
oh my god. Oh wow. I'm super excited to have you on this live session.
Thank you, man. I'm super grateful to even be here.
Oh, oh my god. It's this is a very big platform. Like
Yes, sir.
it's a platform to network with producers and yeah.
Yeah,
Without further ado, I think the first thing is to introduce ourselves to the world.
definitely.
Yeah, my name is Leumasmyth,
Mhm.
and I'm based in Lagos, Nigeria. And I am a musician, a music producer, and anything music. I mean, so I've been doing this creative moving talk shop for like yes, this year is a platform to
Yeah,
network with music producers across the world. I've
yeah.
had several talk shop with the Grammy Award winning producers and a lot of big engineers in the US. And on this one we have
Nah,
introduce
yeah,
yourself to the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I even see you're pushing heavy this year.
Yes, sir.
Nah, that's great. Well, on my side, I'm Yatchi, a producer, a music producer from South Africa. Started making beats around 5 years ago. I've been pushing since.
Yeah.
And what can I say, man? The one thing we both have in common is that we both love music. And that's,
Definitely.
yeah,
Yeah, that's the cool side. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm happy to see you. And without further
yeah,
ado, let us get into the
man.
question. But before I
Yeah,
start asking the questions I have on my table, because I have a lot of people that come to my DM to ask me some lot of questions, and they would like
yeah.
to ask you directly or indirectly. So
Okay.
so before I go to that, anybody that has a question, you can just put your comment, your questions in the comment section, so we can just read them alongside. So, but before we go to that, yeah, the stuff I'm about to ask is just based on the advancement in technology. Are
Yeah,
there any recent tools or software that have significantly changed the way you produce music? Like lately, we've been hearing AI, we've been hearing this and
yeah.
that. This plugin is trending and stuff like that. Like, do you have one specific one that I can't do without doing this? I
Yeah,
have to use it.
I hear.
What's the logic?
Well, I think on my side, I tend to have like a bit of a traditional look on music. I'm not too deep into the AI thing yet,
Okay.
but for example, there's like Splice. I don't know. Do you know Splice?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of course. I
So,
know the website.
oh, definitely. So, for example, I find a bunch of sounds like killer sounds from Splice, and sometimes I use AI to give me like beat ideas. Like I'll specifically, when it recommends chords or like you want to use a major or a minor, something like that. So I just throw
Wow.
a bit out there, like on ChatGPT, if I'm feeling that creative block. Then,
Wow, that's
uh,
amazing.
yeah, that's the only outlook I've had on it though. Besides that, I've just been more of a traditional person, just beats off the mind, that kind of stuff.
Oh wow, that's cool. That's cool. You're a legend, and you are able to create things on your
Yeah,
own without even having to bother on any tool or stuff like that. It takes
definitely.
a creative person to think and try to use something. Even if you're using something, you have to spice it up somehow,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
So it takes someone who is good to do that.
Of course. Well,
Yeah, that's good. That's amazing.
on
Yeah,
your end, you
I
also
think you mentioned everything. Like you mentioned the whole thing. Like it's a creative road, and basically, if you have, even if you're using a sample or you're using something, you
yeah.
have to still spice it up with your stuff. And we have one specific plugin that you're attached to that thing. Like, oh, on my vocals, I use this. For my kick, I love
Yeah.
this. For my,
There's always
We have those kind of
there's
stuff. Like
always,
we have the likes of Suits, we have the like of
Mhm.
we can't deal with that other stuff in some cases.
Yeah,
Yeah. So basically, my second question goes there, and that's just you've worked in many multiple genres, right? You've done a lot
yeah,
of things. I know your YouTube channel. People, you can check his YouTube channel. Like he's doing
yeah,
well.
I-
He's amazing.
yeah.
He's amazing. And how do you approach producing different styles of music? Like, how do you approach that? How do you approach
Well,
producing different styles of music?
honestly, I always love the challenge. Like when it comes to having to work with different types of music, because let me say, for example, in South Africa we have Amapiano,
Yeah,
and
you own that.
yeah, it's a worldwide thing, and it's booming a lot this side. And I found like my cousins, for example, telling me that I should just get on that wave, just try and see what I can do because hip hop is amazing, but it's always great to also try different genres
Mm,
to just spice up the whole creative process.
mm.
So that's the amazing thing with like switching the genre of music you produce, and that's why I
Wow.
really love changing from trap.
Oh, wow. Wow. So basically now you do trap, you do amapiano. Yeah.
I don't really make Amapiano like that, but I've tried it. And same thing with
Yeah, of course.
R&B.
Yeah.
Yeah, same like R&B and soul, that kind of stuff.
Oh wow. Oh
So
wow. That's cool.
it's always amazing.
Oh wow, that's amazing. Actually, there are a lot of genres right now, and I can say I do music basically what comes to my mind. Like I just do
Yeah,
what comes to my mind.
yeah.
Throughout last week, apart from the works I have on my catalog that I have to do, like my client's job,
Mm-hmm.
I've been making trap. I saw my friend. I was like, "What is wrong with me?" Like, I've been doing trap. Like, I don't just know. I don't know. Like, sometimes you just have this creative spark. Like,
Mm,
you want to make something. Probably you just saying something on Instagram. You want to create something like that or something like that. And what the society right actually wants to. Like you just said, our piano is booming your side, and you have to just go follow the trend, do
yeah,
something. So most producers do that.
true. I
And
think
I love the approach. Yeah,
yeah, it's always best to be versatile, honestly. Like sometimes you want to do trap. Like I know I want to do trap, but I'm just trying to get into other genres because I want to say it's the best way to get into the industry, or I'm seeing it as the best way to get to meet more people because that's what's popular where I am. So I will
definitely.
trap eventually. I have to, but you sometimes have to take a different look at the journey.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's cool. And I'm really glad to producer Yatchi here on this live stream. Yeah.
Thank you,
And
man.
then the next question we have right here is, what role does storytelling play in your music production process?
Mm-hmm.
I watched this video by Troy Taylor too. I don't know if you know him. Like,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah.
talking about emotions in music. And I think we are really losing that part. Everybody just wants to trend. You want to do something on trend, anything that is trending, something like that. We don't really care about the emotion, but we don't really care about the feeling. So what's your take on that? How do you approach, like, how do you narrate your story? Like trying to paint out when people listen to some type of beats, they
Mm.
have this kind of picture, they have this kind of image, they
Yeah.
are like you can interpret what you actually trying to tell in that beat
Mm-hmm.
without even having to write anything,
Yeah.
just by listening to it. So how do you approach that?
Well, first, can I say that's a lovely question. And I think with making music, the best element is being able to bring an emotion forward. Like the storytelling, whenever I have a beat which was made in a certain phase of my life where, like, let's say I experienced, I don't want to really say a heartbreak, but let's say I experienced a heart. And let's say you experience that and you make a beat
Okay.
about it. It feels so authentic. Like the way the instruments you pick, the way you are able to manipulate the sounds from the low end all the way to the high end. It's just it brings a certain emotion to people. And as you can try to make music off the rip, like without emotion, I really feel like storytelling can be felt. Whenever I make a beat where I felt something,
Hmm.
where I'm something, like let's say you're depressed and you pick a piano and you use a minor chord because it does touch the heart. And you filter the piano, for example. Let's just say something that simple. And the drums are also filtered. Just that feeling alone might make someone feel like, oh, the drums aren't clear. What if this person is feeling like they're not clear in their mind, or like it just feels like you're not sure about what you're going through or how to react to it. Just based off a beat.
Wow.
And that's the beautiful thing about music.
Wow, wow, wow. That's actually amazing. I think a lot of upcoming producers don't really know this. They just care about, oh, I have to use this plugin, I have
Mm.
to use that plugin. They don't really
Yeah,
care about emotions. And I think I've not really talked about that on my creative Mavens Talkshop. And I think that is one of the major things as creative.
mm,
Because every beat we make, every even in our mixes, there are ways we evoke
yeah,
feelings. There are ways we bring in feelings. Like there are ways people should feel it and be like, oh my god, this atmosphere. When you listen to some songs and you listen to them on your AirPod or probably a very good speaker, you start to
yeah.
feel like I'm inside the music. I'm feeling what this person is
True.
saying, like just
You
by the
feel like
mixing
you're
alone.
in
Imagine we turn off the reverb, we turn off
Mhm.
everything. It's
Small
just
things.
right.
It's always the small things. They all add up. You're right.
Yeah, exactly. So those are the feelings, those are the emotions, those are the things we use to spice up mix and stuff like that. And I think upcoming artists should grab these so that they can learn that and try to work towards them. As you know all those names, like you know the names of those plugins, try to use them to bring out your feelings, just to
Yeah.
incorporate your feelings to people. So I think that's why we are creatives. And that's why we have producer Yatchi here, and I'm glad to have you on this live stream.
Yeah, I'm glad as well,
Yeah,
man.
the last but not the least question before we go to the comments is this. Can you share a moment when you had to take a significant creative risk in your production, and how did it turn out? Like, there are sometimes you want to be like, oh,
Mm.
how do I go about this? How do I have to do it? Like, I want to do
Uh-huh.
something. You just want to make a risk.
Yeah.
Probably your client is telling you they're demanding for something, or probably you want to risk something. You know that this thing is seemingly impossible, definitely. But
Mm.
you want to try as much as possible to make it possible. How
Yeah.
do you approach that, and how did it turn out?
Well, I think the only way I can reply to that really is if I'm more
Hmm.
of an online user.
Hmm.
So I tend to speak with people on Instagram, like maybe they want a certain style of
Hmm.
beats. So the closest I get to that is maybe like let's say you want a pack of Drake type beats.
Hmm.
Or yeah, let's say an artist asks for that
Hmm.
pack of Drake, and I'll send it through, but maybe one or two will be those beats where I'm like, this is not something they're asking for, but I think let's just be different. So
Exactly.
the closest I get to taking those risks is in moments where I have to send beat packs out. And when I always say, for example, let me send this beat that's not their style, but maybe they will like
Oh,
it. Because
oh my God.
I've heard many times where artists get, I mean, if we look at like big artists, if someone is listening to Drake in the '08s, for example, they would think Drake is just a pop artist.
Hmm.
And now if you send him a beat like the song Headlines by Drake, that's a trap beat. That's a
Hmm.
hip hop. And
Definitely.
that's different for the Drake at the time, but it ended up being an amazing song. And it's all because someone took the initiative to say, let me play this beat for Drake. Even though you knew that that's not the kind of music he's making, probably. So I think the biggest risk I've taken, and maybe it's the biggest risk a lot of creatives also take, just
Definitely.
out of the box.
De- Thinking out something. Oh my God, I
Yeah,
love that. I
it
love
gets
you.
hard.
Just killed it.
It gets,
I love that aspect. Thinking outside of the box, because um, creativity to me, I call it creativity, because sometimes you have to just go crazy.
yeah.
If you're not crazy enough, you can't do something dope.
Hmm. Yeah.
You have to be crazy enough to like you even on the piano, you
Hmm.
implement like a little bit of trap, and your client
True. I've heard
will like,
one beat and
in the
I was mind.
process of making the beat, you'll be like, will this guy like it?
You just do it. You
You
just
just
do
do
it, and
it,
it works.
See, and one thing I noticed about myself when I'm
Hmm.
trying to do something like that, I'm like, does this sound good to me? I'll ask my friends who are in the studio, probably if I have someone,
Yeah.
is this making sense? If they tell me it's okay, and it's okay to me, I'm
Yeah.
good. So, but when the clients come and say, I don't think, should we do something? In most cases, they will like it because, everybody wants to go overboard. They
That's
want to do something regular.
that a lot of people
Yeah,
thing over and over.
definitely. Like doing trap beats and start putting log drums and putting all those our piano vibes and stuff like that. People like,
Yeah,
this is not regular. This is not what we used to listen to on,
yeah. That,
Yeah, that's an amazing one. And I think you just killed it. And that's why we have producer Yatchi on this live stream.
so
I'm glad to have you on this. I think a question just came in.
yeah.
What's your approach to working with artists to understand their vision? Oh, wow. Like, I think you were trying to talk about creative vision, like trying to understand, like, maybe that artist is doing something. How do you try to collaborate together with the artist to print out the art that artist is trying to, like, tell to the world? How do you approach that?
Wait, I'm sorry, but can you repeat that again? My network just went kind of buggy.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, it said, what's your approach to working with artists to understand their
Yeah.
vision? Yeah,
Oh,
that's the question.
okay. So I think that's a really great question, by the way. I think in terms of working with artists, I think it's one of those things where you just need time together.
Mm.
Like, if you have a studio session with an artist, the first one might be a bit shaky. You'll make a beat, maybe you'll make a song, but it won't feel like the best session. So I think we need to understand that it's a trial and error thing. It's like a friendship, honestly. Let's think about it in that way, I guess. If you're working with a music producer, give it time. Keep working together. Let them send you beats. You keep making songs. You keep giving them input on maybe you don't like this style, you don't like that. And you must purely be honest. Don't play with each other's, I don't even say creativity, honestly.
Yeah.
Don't lie. That's the hardest thing to do as a musician. But if you really want the best for each other, you need to be able to tell the producer, you don't like that 808 or you don't like the way the beat drops. And small things like that have helped me, in fact, myself,
It helps a
make
lot.
really liked or that I liked and the artist liked. Because sometimes they'd say, please rearrange the beat like this and that. And after I've done it and after I hear them record on it, it's like, wow, they actually had a vision and it's amazing. So
Exactly.
the biggest element is trust and honesty.
Mm.
If you want to have,
Just be true
you
to
could,
yourself.
yes,
Mm.
trust yourself, trust the artist's vision as well, because at the end of the day, I want to say it's one of those things where the producer is working with the artist and the artist is working with the producer.
Definitely.
So you just need to trust each other and be honest, flat out honest, no nonsense. If you don't like something, you say it, we work on it, and we'll get the best product out of the end.
Oh,
So
wow.
yes, that's the best way to look at it.
Oh my God. That's too amazing. That's too
No,
dope. Like, you just killed it. You killed it, definitely. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I think we have another question. It said,
mm-hmm.
how do you stay how do you stay current with industry trends and new technologies? Oh, I think we've answered that. Maybe this person was not there when we started the live stream.
Okay,
Yeah,
let me
like
start.
updates you get. How do you update yourself with the current trends and new technology in the music industry? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think one thing we can also look at in terms of like staying up to date with what's happening is honestly always listening to music.
Mm.
Like you need to keep, you know how people like listening to old music because they like it? Like just forget about it for a second and listen at what's new. This is when you have to like TikTok and check what the trending songs are and see what people are actually really liking so that you can also I want to say get on that wave, but so that you can also see what people are liking, because at the end of the day, there's always a market so you can choose to stay in your own lane. That would work definitely. But if you also want to look at what people are doing and make music for what people will probably like, then you can just look at the new music, look at what's really booming, and see what you can take away from it.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. That was too dope. Like, that was too
Thank
dope.
you.
I think you've actually talked about how it really works. A lot of people have gotten the secrets, like
Yeah.
a lot of secrets music producers used to bring out the best out of their
Yeah.
work. Like on this live stream, like you've talked about a lot of things, and I'm
No,
really happy about that.
I
Oh,
appreciate
I think
that.
the last question I'll permit on this live stream
Mhm.
is this. Can you share a challenging project and how you overcame the obstacles? Ah, oh my God.
I,
That's
sorry,
deep.
can huh?
He said, can you share a challenging project and how you overcame the obstacle? That's the question.
Okay, a challenging project.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm trying to just think because that's not off the top of my head. Probably, hmm. I think, an artist once asked me to make a beat for them.
Wow.
And, well, this was for, what is it? It wasn't even for an artist, actually. It was for a producer, but this person was a producer, like a film producer.
Mm.
So the film producer asked me to make a beat that would play when they'd be smoking in the background. So it's a film, but I've seen it. But I guess he paid me for it and everything, so the job's done. But he asked me to make a beat where people would be smoking in the background, and the camera would pan to the people smoking, and then go like into the distance again, and it should lead into their thoughts or something.
Oh, wow.
So while I was making that beat, I couldn't make it like a normal trap beat. I had to think about the scene itself
Hmm.
because he didn't footage or anything. So I was thinking, okay, this is something I think people would listen to when they're smoking. Because I don't even smoke, but I'm just assuming now that this is something that they listen to, and this is the sound I'm gonna put. And I kept it minimal as well, because I know that it's a beat that's gonna play on TV, not a beat that's gonna play on a speaker where the 808s are gonna be heard.
The global
So
thing.
yeah, so I think the most challenging project to work on was probably making those two beats because that producer asked me for two beats. And I had to make beats for a scene where the people were smoking. And then there was another beat I had to make for an intimate scene, where
Mm.
they were doing, adult things, if I
Mm.
can just say that. Then those two beats, I just had to really tap into my vision and think about what kind of music would play in that scene.
Oh,
It
wow.
took a couple back and forths with sending the beat because some of them he was like, I don't like this one. Can you make something a bit more Snoop Doggy or something like that? And I was like, okay, I can try. But that was a wonderful experience as well. It was
Oh,
very
wow.
different.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's a very dope experience. And
It really
everybody
was.
has that challenging part. When the demand is like, okay, something that is not actually um regular.
Mm,
So we have a way to like
yeah.
um we have a way to treat that kind of stuff that moment.
Mm,
And I think that's what makes us professionals.
yeah.
Yeah, that's actually cool, and I'm really glad to have you on this live stream, sincerely speaking. And and I think we can have this some other time, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
No,
of course.
no, definitely.
Definitely, yeah. So, this is the end of the session. Sorry, this is the end of the live stream, and we are going to coming up. We are going to be coming up some other time, and
Yeah.
once again, we're going for introduction, and we have.
Thank you. We have Yadi from South Africa.
Oh my God, I'm glad to have you. My name is Leumasmyth, and you can follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, on Facebook. I have a couple of contents on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
and I have two YouTube channels. So in case you go into YouTube and start seeing two
Yeah.
Leumasmyth, it's still me. I have where I drop my covers, and I have where I drop this podcast alone. So I have over 1,000 subscribers on one, and I'm still growing this one right now. So and I have a lot of other platforms like that. You can check me on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and stuff like that. So you can follow him up. He's a very good producer. If you need anything, this is a platform to like to
That,
network.
thanks.
You get so network with him. Just interact with him. If you have any other
Yeah.
question, you can inbox me or probably you send him a message. He will definitely attend to you. Definitely.
I'm
And
always,
I'm glad to have him.
have an
And I
awesome.
think, yeah, definitely. And I think you've actually learned something on this Talk Shop TV. In the comment section, just drop that.
Definitely.
And we're going to see you on another one. Good to
Yeah.
see you, everybody.
Good to see you too, man. Have an
Yeah.
awesome evening and bye
All
to
right.
everyone as well.
Bye.